What up, everybody? Thank you for the click. My name is Spiffy, and today I am tackling the 24-hour challenge. The challenge is to complete a track in one day, start to finish. So if you stick around, I will show you how I accomplish that. And now we arrive at the very first fork in the road. Do I choose major or do I go minor? Typically, I like to start with a minor chord. I just kind of like the way that it sounds. I mean, it's completely up to the artist, but today I'm going to go for a minor. Here I've decided on a chord that I like, and I'm going to arpeggiate the notes so that the notes are played individually instead of all together as one chord. So now we're at the part of the song where we have a chord and we have an arpeggiation of that chord, but all we have is one chord. So I'm going to try and manipulate the chord into a progression and make it change and make it a little bit more interesting. So now I've got a couple different chords going, and I'm gonna improvise a little bit over top to kind of bring it some melody and give this song a little bit of life. Well, now that I've got a couple things going, I'm gonna have to add everybody's favorite, like percussion and drums and shit. Ooh, we got some classic house vibes going on here. I'm gonna throw down some of those boots and cats for now, because I kind of like how the rhythm sounds. So I originally tried out throwing down the 4 on the floor dance beat, but it didn't really sit right with me. So then I took out half of the kicks and left it just like a straight beat. Then the break beat lover inside of me took over, and I just had to turn it into a broken beat. So far, we've got a neat little groove. It's got a little bit of energy, but I can definitely feel that it wants to go somewhere. So I'm going to start building some chords and see if I can give this thing some life. Alright, so these chords are sounding pretty good here. I've got something built up that sounds really interesting, kind of deep. It's got a little bit of emotion in it. And since I've heard it, now I can hear a melody in my head. I'm going to try and bang that melody out and kind of make something that fits these chords. Alright, I've got a pretty gnarly little melody going on there. A little bit of swing to it. So I'm going to continue messing with it, trying to make it a little bit more interesting. Now, I'm going to add some sweet, sweet bass to this mother licker. Typically, when I make music with sub bass, those really, really deep sub basses, I try to build the bass line in a higher octave so that the notes are a little bit more distinguishable. Typically, when you lower the notes down into those really low bass frequencies, it's really hard to tell the difference between semitones and tones of music. So I like to bring it up a few octaves so that it's a lot easier to line it up harmonically so it sounds nice and perfect when you drop it down. Now what this song needs is a lead. It needs some sort of a synthesizer to take this thing on a journey here. Alright, I've made kind of a cool little synthesizer there, and I've decided that I'm going to go with some chords and lay some pads over top of that shit. So now I'm feeling that I have enough pieces on the go for the track to kind of begin. So I'm going to start arranging it, moving stuff around, and trying to figure out the face of this song here. Alright, now at this point, I've done a little bit of arranging off screen, and I'm going to continue to mess with some of the drums and try to build this arrangement up. Now here I am adding another melody because you just can't have too many melodies with this stuff. Now, this song needs a beat. It needs some beef, something to get your feet tapping. Now, for the rest of this portion, I just focus on arrangement and tightening things up a little bit. Alright, now at this point of the song, I've got this arpeggiator going here. It's pretty bland, pretty boring. It's only going at one timing instead of about a quarter note. So I'm going to mess with that and see if I can make that a little bit more interesting to the ear. Alright, so I've got a pretty decent arrangement going on here. Now I just need to tweak a few more things, add a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we should have something pretty decent here. Alright, so my goal from here on out is to take the arrangement that I have and start replacing some of the really basic kind of piano synths with sounds that are a little bit more interesting. Now, this song is almost in its final form. It's got a few little things that I need to add, and I think we're cooking with fire. We're in pretty good shape here. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the final product. That about wraps it up for today's 24-hour challenge. Thank you for checking it out. I really appreciate the listen. If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on soundcloud.com/spiffy1. That's the number 1. And I'm really looking forward to getting some feedback from you guys.